ただいま。Labang is a desert world with sea upon sea of scorching hot iron dioxide, wearing away marbleized cliffs. Its atmosphere is thick, layered with significant levels of oxygen trapped under an upper helium layer. Initially, surveyors detected traces of radium from orbit, only to find a surprising archaeological discovery. The radium came from bunkers on the surface, blown apart by a dreadnought's class weapon. The logical conclusion was that the civilization on Joab had reached Laban, and its outposts here were destroyed to make their extermination complete.
Probe launched. Probe launched.
Easel.
Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe.
Enoch.
Anomaly detected.
Oh. Job didn't say Enoch. Maybe it's a moon or something. Job is a two-mooned habitable planet that is most well known for its mass extinction event. Thousands of years ago, Job was home to a primate lake spacefaring civilization, as well as abundant flora and fauna. However, this can only be deduced from the capsules put into the ground well outside habitation centers. All cities and detectable dwellings were targeted in a massive orbital bombardment that turned them into vapor. The resulting dust shroud killed all photosynthetic life and all fauna dependent on it. Today, humans have recolonized the planet and rapidly introducing their own species, beginning with cyanobacteria and heterotrophic bacteria, to bring a suitable level of oxygen nitrogen to respiration. Atmospheric pressure at sea level on Job is double that on Earth. Visitors with upper respiratory infections, emphysema, cancer, or history of thoracic surgery should consult their physician before landing on Job. You'd think people would have cured cancer by the time they had Mass Effect drives, no?
Probe away. Probe launched. Something on our sensors.
Western activity detected on the planet's surface, communication, match blue sounds, and coding protocols. Possible occasion for rumored start of illegal archaeological activity. Blue sounds intentions unknown. I can provide ultimate shield strength and pains and for very long duration. You have upgraded the combat drone so its electric shock damages target health, armor, body barriers. You Your shockwave power strengthens to become basic freight trained, but inside everything alone. Wide radius. Or force. Force. Hello. Never will not be funny for me how Batarians smoke tobacco. Earth looking cigarettes. It will never not be funny. So ridiculous. If I was an editor for this, I would have laughed my butt off.
I'll throw you like a toy!
Yes, you did. Nice ride.
Go for the up. Yeah! I'll crush your bleeding skull!
They sound like they're getting along. Did we not have any? Yes, there is. Bullets. Ah. Are you joking? Do I need to like... game? Game? I'm pretty sure you're supposed to let me in. Shall we restart? So don't waste time. Let's try this again. With the Batarian smoking cigarettes. Cigarette smoking Batarian. The goal is to not accidentally go back out after we go back in. Just need to grab the shit. How did I miss?
Nice.
Nice indeed.
Got you. Nothing can stop me. Yeah. Watch the landing.
Watch the landing. Ongoing message request for aid. Commander Santiago, hope you're doing well. We require your services once again in a transfer of ourselves, our equipment, and our recovered artifacts. I have dispatched our representative to meet you with you regarding the details of the transaction. Given the sensitive nature of our cargo, we expect discretion in this matter. Dr. Farin, Chief Researcher, Exogeny Special Projects. Exogeny yet again. And Santiago yet again. Dr. Farin, of course you can count on us for your escort and transportation. We have sent men and ships your way in good faith. Commander Vito Santiago, Co-Executive Officer Blue Suns. Vito Santiago. Very familiar name.
Combat doors away.
Very so close.
Nice work.
Come on, pick me. Pick me.
Engaging hostiles! I need cover!
Jack. There's so many of you. Oops. Lift. Thank you for the ISO. Lieutenant Locke. Once Offensive is secured and in transit, your orders are to take your men and rendezvous with Captain Warhus aboard the MSV Strontium Mule in Larkin system and the Omega Nebula. Assist Warhus with the capture if needed. Commander Santiago. This thing is very familiar. We've seen a few in Mass Effect 1. Beacon. Recovered Prothean relic, eliminating Blue Sun's present and dig site. So what was the... Oh, Enak is just the name of the system. I see. I was dumb. Mizraim. A small gas giant, Mizraim is probably hydrogen and methane around the rocky core. Primarily, not probably. There is no remaining trace of the civilization from Job on Mizraim itself, but debris orbiting the planet indicates that artificial satellites were once in place before being destroyed. Oh, did I see a Meso spike? Yes, I did.
Probe launched. Probe away. Probe away. Probe away.
Just that one. Goliath. The hydrogen helium gas giant Goliath orbit is near the system master relay, a useful event for drive core discharges and automated helium-3 refueling platforms. Unfortunately, its orbit is currently taking it away from the relay, and it will continue this inconvenience for the next 3 galactic standard years. Inconvenience. It will continue this inconvenience, apparently.
Launching probe.
Whoop. Let's go the further one first. Shear. A remote rock planet kept in ice, Shear has been exploited by Arvanan Corporation for its minerals, home to gold veins, which are used in spaceship shielding, as well as jewelry and cobalt deposits used in high tensile alloy. Shear shows no signs of being exhausted anytime soon. A light gravity helps keep the planetary exportation process cheap. So a very
Probe launched.
lucrative
Launching probe.
planet for people who wish to exploit it.
Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away.
Alformus, a hydrogen-helium gas giant. Alformus had its helium-3 refueling station destroyed in an attack by Grove Zero, an anti-population terrorist group that wanted more immigration to Arvuna. A consortium of Arvuna-based corporations are currently rebuilding the stations. Alformus is not considered vital to the stability of the Irish systems. Civilians working on the helium-3 platform should not expect Alliance military intervention in case of kidnapping and other violence. We want you to work on them, but we don't. We need you to know that you're not important enough to save if something happens to you. We're just gonna replace you.
Probe away.
No. Tamgauta. The outermost planet of Aesir system, Tamgauta is remote and largely unexplored. Its carbon dioxide atmosphere has long since frozen into fields of dry ice.
Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe away.
Tiny. Shasu. Shasu is a dwarf planet that is believed to have been ejected from Agnin during a giant impact with another planet-sized body. At the time, Agnin had a magma ocean covering much of its surface, and its liquid rock sprayed into space, where it coalesced and cooled over millions of years. The theory is that during this cooling, the Shasu first orbited Agnin but was eventually pulled from that orbit by the gravity wells of other planets, primarily Dranen. Today, Shasu is relatively temperate, with light hydrogen-helium atmosphere, attracting spacers who use its atmosphere to refuel. Its crust composition is similar to Agnin, evident in its high sulfur content. Interesting idea. It's why I like reading these descriptions, because they make you think about space physics. But generally, yes, astrophysics is a very interesting topic, but still.
Launching probe.
How a world can be created from lava pushed into open space.
Probe away.
Is it actually possible, or is it sci-fi completely? And how much can you come up with? A hothouse planet Agnin scorching clouds of methane and sulfur dioxide give the planet a pale green color and visible light. The SO2 from volcanic activity rains down the sulfuric acid in the upper atmosphere, but this is boiled away before the liquid ever reaches the surface. Agnin's harsh environment has prevented exploration by anything except probes. And that we shall do. Send probes.
Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched.
Eyesore. Drannen. A sizable hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant just on the far side of its pale yellow star's frost line. Drannen is known for its spectacular storms, at least 3 persistent, observable spots. This? I don't know. Actually, cyclonic and anticyclonic storms have lasted for over 544 years, by which count significantly longer than Jupiter's Great Red Spot. The largest of these spots, the Ishna, has consistently held a diameter over 3 times that of Earth. Wow. Drannen has 44 moons. 2 of them are of special interest to the Citadel Committee on Habitable Worlds. The first, Arvuna, is a life-bearing world that has already been colonized. The second, Alahya, is slowly being terraformed into an ammonia-based world for Volus population. Fascinating.
Probe launched.
A storm larger than our whole planet. I feel like we'll need to refuel before going to the other two
Fuel
anyway.
reserves at 50%.
But we should be able to do these two on one tank. Surtur is a small but dense desert planet close to its parent star. All but traces of its nitrogen carbon monoxide atmosphere have burned away, leaving it cooler than similar planets in other systems. Robomining has proved lucrative as it has developed significant deposits of beryllium and palladium. Oof, indeed, significant. Significant deposits of palladium.
Probe launched.
Very significant. Giant spikes.
Probe away. Probe launched.
We're low mostly on platinum, to be honest, and ESA as usual.
Launching probe.
Now what's it next to you?
Anomaly detected.
Sinmara. Surtur's moon Sinmara has been used for many generations to monitor its parent star Solveig. It has no atmosphere to interfere with solar observational equipment, which is critical at this juncture. The star recently showed signs of erupting prematurely into a red giant. In preparation for the day when the critical warning goes out, the external channel from Sinmara's research station is given top priority throughout the convoys of the system. The chances of such a signal being received over the sun's magnetic interference at the time is low, but relegating it to slower channel proved politically unattainable.
Magnetic shielding failure detected. Catastrophic solar radiation exposure probable. Magnetic shielding failure
1 second.
detected.
Probe away.
1 second, let me look at the...
Magnetic shielding failure detected. Catastrophic solar radiation exposure.
Launching probe.
Magnetic shielding failure detected. Magnetic shielding
probe away. Something on our sensors.
Planetary scans indicate that the Samara colony is vulnerable to its sun's hazardous solar flares. Malfunction detected in the colony's magnetic shield. Shield must be reactivated to avoid exposing colony to unstable solar activity and potential annihilation. My speech is not speeching today, as usual, so. But maybe more than usual. Activate magnetic shield. Wow. Take a picture. And let's go activate the magnetic shield. Huh. Fascinating. Wing unit, control switch, shield generator. None of them are reacting. What am I supposed to do first? Shield can be activated because it is offline. Okay. Switch. Okay, switch this. Activate. Okay, activate the coolers. And switch this to here. Activate the generator. And switch it back to here. Start bypass. Why did it have to be me to do this? Is an interesting question. Restart magnetic shield, keeping Sinmara colony safe from catastrophic solar activity. Credit report transferred from Sinmara colonist. You're welcome, Sinmara colonist. Vivaldi is a hydrogen helium gas giant. Vivaldi's refueling station provides helium-3 for commercial spacecraft visiting the system. It has 9 known moons and many smaller bodies in its rings. Recent attacks by pirates have targeted Vivaldi's refueling stations. Authorities list the perpetrators at large. Travel is not recommended. And there is no... much to scan here. We can leave. Save our robes. Porta lava. Itarus, a large rock planet orbiting an F-class star. Itarus is pummeled by radiation, heavy gravity, and tectonic activity. Its crust is mostly silicates and little value. Travel is not advised.
Probe away.
Home to the spectacular infinity caldera, Chaos is a young planet with extreme tectonic and volcanic activity. With 9 supervolcanoes that can throw out at least 1,000 cubic kilometers of dense rock equivalent each, Chaos's activity has put the atmosphere in a state of shroud. It will likely suffer from global dimming for at least the next 10 years. Though much of the surface is no more dangerous than many other inner ring planets, this extreme tectonic activity has given Chaos a bad reputation and discouraged all resource exploration.
Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe.
A small hot rock with few resources, Maidrum is used by the Turin armed forces for its maximum security prison and interrogation centers. Interesting place. The temperatures are high enough to prevent any escape without environmental suit, but low enough that construction of additional buildings will not be hindered. Over 500,000 prisoners are detained in Maidrum, only a handful of which are ever managed in a temporary escape. A small supply of economy and rehab habitats support the prison staff, who usually work only for 2-year tours of duty before they're rotated out of less stressful positions. I bet. Prisons is an interesting concept. If you have to keep 500,000 people imprisoned for specific crimes, probably, but still. And then you have to house them,
Probe launched.
feed them. And if you don't plan to release them, what's the point? I mean, if it's like rehabilitation,
Probe away.
if people are given chance to learn skill, educate themselves,
Launching probe.
learn how to earn a living without criminal activity is one thing. When it's just slave labor and
Launching probe.
or either slave labor or just eternal
Probe launched.
imprisonment for no reason. What is the point? Who does this benefit?
Probe launched.
And what is the alternative? It's an interesting discussion topic, to be honest.
Anomaly detected.
Oh, Titus, a desert of whitish potassium salts and reddish iron oxide. Titus is far enough away from its parent star to have a tolerable surface temperature. Though it has only a trace of atmosphere of carbon dioxide and oxygen, it is still hospitable enough for criminals in the terminus system to use it as a staging base. Turin patrols sometimes fly through the area, looking to preempt jailbreak attempts on Mainframe's prisons. Unregistered starships have been spotted in the vicinity of Data. Civilian travel is not recommended.
Launching probe.
Repeat, there's a piece of crab mech on this planet's surface. If you think you can get it to work, you're freaking welcome.
Probe launched.
You're freaking welcome.
Welcome to it. Repeat,
Let me look for Isa for a second.
crab mech on this planet's surface. If you think you can get it to work, you're freaking welcome to it. Welcome to it. Repeat,
Welcome
Launching
too.
probe.
welcome to it.
Probe away. I have found something.
Surface scans detect an YMIR heavy mech signature matching an unknown, possibly pirate registration. Mech appears to be disabled but broadcasting a looping message. Message does not appear to be distress signal. Resource scans indicate large quantities of mineral resources available but obscured behind walls of dense stone.
I am detecting a large supply of resources buried deep within the canyon walls. Heavy explosives will be required to excavate them.
I paid Harrod good money for this useless heap of signal error. Detected serious caches of resources here on the planet, but memory leak detected. Alright, I said, sure, and the thing leaks fuel and Wallace after a mug of wrinkle. But I can deal with that. So I took off and laid out a trail of power cells leading for it. I unloaded the mech too, but package please restart so I could at least get the thing moving. And now, illegal fall detected. Won't even move. Damn that swinging Elcar. Piece of signal error. Piece of shh. Company.
Incoming.
It's a doggy. Overkill for a doggy. Where is the power cell? Yes, but what is this?
Field is clear.
It was so funny.
Target locked.
Gambare. Oh, it's gonna blow up. Goodbye. Thank you for your service. Platinum. Recovered bird catch of resources. Mechan salvageable. Indeed.
Fuel at 1/2 capacity.
Uh-huh. Bress. A member of the former belt, Bress is a dwarf planet with no atmosphere. It is, however, rich in lithium, which is integral to the heat sinks of Starship of handheld weapons. A large turbo mining operation from Calstone can be found here.
Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe away.
Actually, let's just buy. Latha. A tiny rock plant, Latha is known for its frigid temperatures and crushing nitrogen and krypton atmosphere lying out beyond the former belt. There is little to recommend it. Although it is rich in resources, apparently. Maybe.
Probe away. Probe launched.
Where is it? The double spike.
Probe launched. Probe away.
Big double spike.
Launching probe.
Start with the big boy. Cernunnos is a sizable gas giant with a hydrogen-nitrogen atmosphere and is believed to be an extrasolar capture due to its close stellar location. In a rare phenomenon, it is near enough to its red dwarf star to be within the life zone, though its massive size prevents the tidal lock that usually occurs at such range. While nothing could survive on the surface of a planet with such a crushing gravity, Cernunnos moon is habitable. Cernunnos is skimmed for its abundant hydrogen and refineries onto Galestone process it into a metastable metallic form for use as starship fuel.
Launching probe.
The hostile moon Galestone is the largest satellite of the gas giant Cernunnos. An ancient asteroid strike deposited major loads of element zero within the molten sulfur mantle. Altfeld Ashland Energy's mining operations have made it to the largest source of Starship Drive core material in the Attican Traverse. Galestone is racked with volcanism due to tidal stress from Cernunnos because of weak solar output. Plant-like life on Galestone is not carbon-based and photosynthetic, but silicon-based and thermosynthetic, requiring heat rather than sunlight to power its chemical reactions. These organisms flourish in volcanic vents and during solar flares when Valor can double or triple in luminosity. Sadly, sapient limitation is not possible here, and Galestone's biodiversity is considered threatened by Sentinel Council Committee on Habitable Worlds.
Probe launched. Launching
Lots of
probe.
ESO though. We can steal from under their noses.
Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe launched. Launching probe.
Can we get to it?
Probe launched.
Probably not.
Launching probe.
Partholon, a large plant composed of ice surrounding a rocky core. Partholon retains the trace gases of nitrogen and carbon monoxide. Its crushing gravity makes for an inhospitable stay and makes most mining infeasible. However, its orbit proximity to the mass relay in the system in space travels will, for the next few years, use its gravitational slingshot to add speed on their way and to and from Galestone. Gravitational slingshot.
Probe away. Probe away. Probe launched.
Manga. I think it's time for Ilium, to be honest. Clear the system, and we'll go to Ilium and do all the interesting things that wait us there. Oh, it's a big system. Didn't expect it to be this big. Tasmani. Cold, dim, and shrouded methane ammonia atmosphere. Tasmani has nevertheless attracted development by SRE mining concerns that survive military industries. The service. What am I reading? Military industries. There are significant loads of valuable light metals present, including titanium and lithium. Titanium is the primary material used in mass accelerator slugs, and lithium is used in the military-grade droplet heat radiators used aboard warships.
Launching probe.
It is very blue and very green.
Probe launched.
Acaria. Though nearly the size of Earth, Acaria contains only 28 of its mass. It has a trace atmosphere of neon and molecular nitrogen, but the predominant carbon dioxide has long since frozen and fallen to the surface as frost. While Acaria has a core of heavy metals, the bulk of the planet's volume consists of water ice. Several unique forms of long-chain carbon molecules have been recovered on the surface, pushed up from beneath the ice by cryovolcanic processes. Acaria has a large rocky moon compositionally similar to Luna. Interesting. Both have similarities to Earth and Moon.
Probe launched.
Ondeste. Also looks like Earth. Farthest from the name red dwarf Ondeste, the ice dwarf Mysoth has attracted no interest beyond cursory flyby by automated probe. In 1874, no significant resources were noted. Strange. It looks like water, land, planet.
Launching
The
probe.
picture of a garden world. But apparently
Probe
that's
away.
not what it is. Or who knows, maybe it is, but it's a secret.
Probe launched. We have used half our fuel.
Yes, we did. This system is very large. Let's say annoyingly large. We can start from this end actually. Jonton is a fairly standard close orbiting Pegaseid gas giant orbiting the star Lucerne at high velocity and heated to temperatures of over 1,000 degrees. Analysis of its orbit has revealed a core of heavy elements such as mass, which with a mass double that of a planet's hydrogen-helium atmosphere.
Launching probe.
Feel like
Probe away.
we'll get 300,000 of iridium before we get 100,000 of ESO.
Probe launched.
Mutant is remarkably close to Earth. Its orbital distance is similar, and while slightly larger, its reduced density yields similar mass, atmospheric pressure, and gravity. There are similarities, and for Lucerne is a there the similarities end. For Lucerne is a hot class F star, emitting over 8 times the energy of Sol. Mutante is a parched wasteland, its water long since boiled away into nitrogen carbon dioxide atmosphere. A handful of mining outposts on the hellishly hot surface. The crews remain in underground bunkers, sending remotely controlled machines out of night to do surface work and load cargo for shipment. The future of the Earth.
Probe launched.
The future portrait of the Earth.
Launching probe.
At very high probability. Doriae is a large hot world with poisonous atmosphere of acidic nitrogen oxides. While the planet is too close to Lucerne for this to condense and fall as rain, this makes the environment too hostile for forms of life more sophisticated than bacteria too.
Launching probe. Anomaly detected.
Taurus is broadly Earth-like with a fatal flow. It has a generally high amount of chlorine in its atmosphere, the reason for the greenish haze that becomes apparent when looking at the horizon. Chlorine has become a vital component of Terran's plant life. As a defense mechanism against native herbivores, many species evolved the ability to release clouds of toxic chlorine when disturbed. The gas is heavier than the atmospheric oxygen and tends to settle in low places. While avoidable, this placed Earth near the bottom of the list of organization. There are intermittent signals originating in the heart of large chlorine swamp. They appear to be coded, though it is not impossible, and they are garbled distress signals from a downed civilian ship.
Probe away. Probe away. Probe launched.
The Vulture hungry for blood.
Probe away.
We're just waiting on the weapons at this point. They'll never know what hit them. The Vulture are hungry for battle. We're just waiting on the weapons at this point. They'll never know what hit them.
They're never know what hit them. Let me look for some ESO for a second. ESO.
Launching probe.
Nice.
Probe away. Scans have found something.
Preliminary scans indicate a high-powered communications relay on the planet. Communication match known blood-back mercenary protocols. A concentration of Krogan water signals are massed inside what appear to be mining operation. Life signs detected. Unknown species advise caution. Why unknown species? Watcher, probably. Your pulse now damage sending enemies over to the exposed to death. You have increased your pulse strength to cover the wide area, making it easier to hit multiple targets. Whoa, I see. That's not neither Warcha nor Krogan.
The fog on a planet's surface is interfering with your navigation. The nearby beacon towers may serve as a navigational contingency.
Navigational contingency. If you say so.
Damn, what happened here?
Attention all workers, stop chipping away at this node. There's nothing left here to mine. Move on to other sides now.
Toxic atmosphere. Stings a bit.
Does it sting? Oh my god.
Look out!
The hell was that? I'm so glad I didn't see it in the smoke. I mean fog. I mean toxic gas. How are you not Ragnar? How many of dangerous insect species do we need in this universe?
What were they doing here?
Something dumb. Attention all workers, fall back now. Vacation shuttles are on the way. Anyone not on the gathering site when the shuttles arrive will be left here with those damn bugs.
Whatever fight happened here, it was recent.
I'd say so. How about no? Good thinking.
Hostile!
You don't say. Samuel, I can't get any more warfare from Omega. Garm has his own problems, and you're going to have to man up and deal with this on your own. Maybe build a beacon path. I bet those damned Watcher are just wandering off into fog and getting lost. Not creepy at all.
Hostiles! Too late! Now you're dead!
Grunt is just charging ahead.
Right in the head!
We didn't have to fight. Samuel, where are the resources? Are you mining out there and standing around waiting for those Watcher to get smarter? Our guy and Ilium can't keep the lights off forever. You keep stalling and we'll have a hell-out fight on the way in. And that would make me really angry. Will it now? Can't tell if it's music or if there's a gunfight. Salamo! I've read so much about you.
Come out and fight!
I'm not sure.
Headshot! Get in there!
Are y'all done? Encountered classified hostile alien species, eliminated bloodbag forces. come there are still unclassified alien species around? Xetic. A common methane ammonia gas giant, Xetic is best known for the infamous Calthor camp. Established in the ice moon of Jesus, Calthor was the Blue Sun's hostile environment training facility, run by cadre of former Batarian Special Intervention Unit operators. In 2168, the cluster-wide scandal broke out when it was revealed that the mortality rate of recruits sent to the camp might be as high as 18%. Investigation by Syria authorities based in Ilium uncovered a group in graves around the facility containing the remains of several hundred recruits, dating back to decades. The camp was immediately closed and the remains sent back to their world of origin. An inquest by the Blue Suns found that Batarian commandos had used harsh training methods, but these were consistent with their own trainings to join SIU. The Batarians were exonerated, though Calthor was shut down, and they were reassigned to other units. And the Crescent Nebula is beyond the sphere of council law. No civil charges could be filed against the Blue Suns.
Launching probe.
One more. Nepaima, whatever you want it is. Tidal lock to the stars, Eileen. Nepaima has the expected hot pole and cold pole. Along the terminator is a thin band of nearly habitable terrain. Unfortunately, the local biosphere is based on a chlorinated oxygen atmosphere. It is non-sophisticated, but it has proven highly dangerous. The Sari surveyor Verelas landed on Nepaima in 1684 by whose count to study the local ecology. Unbeknownst to the crew, a handful of native chlorine-fixing microbes passed through the biohazard screening and entering the ship. The Verelas returned to the port of Nos Palamo on Ilium, where the Nepaima microbes escaped into temperate environment with plentiful and unused chlorine. The microbes devoured the chlorides in the earth as metabolic byproducts, and they produced the toxic polychlorinated biphenyls, PCBs. By the time the infestation was contained, the area of nearly 30 square kilometers had been effectively turned into a toxic waste camp. Nos Parnala had been abandoned, accelerating the development of Nos Astra. Interesting.
Probe launched.
Bring something from off-world.
Probe launched.
Turn a city into toxic wasteland.
Probe away. Anomaly detected.
Helium is a post-garden world that once enjoyed Earth-like oxygen-nitrogen atmosphere. It is still blessed with plentiful water, but generally cold climate and extreme seasonal shifts, courtesy of 38-degree axial tilt. Helium is thought to be the homeworld of the Earth hen, a space-faring species which disappeared approximately 300 years ago. Precisely what happened to Helium is still under debate. It appears the global extinction occurred, wiping out all native animal life forms from more complex than zooplankton. Plant forms were not affected by the lack of oxygen-breathing life caused oxygenation of the atmosphere. Plant life was reduced after a lightning storm ignited global wildfires. The leading theory of Helim's devastation is an out-of-control biological weapon. For this reason, landing is strictly prohibited. The Corporation of Ilium have emplaced a network of quarantine satellites to dissuade would-be looters from landing in the crumbling cities.
Detected in orbit. All units report to ready stations for possible
Anti-invasion protocol.
Anti-invasion protocol.
Unidentified ship detected in orbit.
Launching probe.
Detected in orbit. All units report to ready station.
Probe launched.
Detected in orbit. All units report to ready stations for possible
Probe launched.
Detected in orbit. All units report to ready.
Launching probe.
Nice mountain.
detected in orbit. All units report to ready stations for possible anti-invasion protocol. Repeat.
Launching probe.
Detected in orbit. All units report to ready stations for possible anti-invasion protocol.
Launching probe. I have found something.
Mercenary activity detected inside a mining facility on planet's surface. Facility confirmed registered to Eldfell Ashland Energy Corporation. Eclipse presence confirmed. Distress beacon powered down its side. Sensors detect multiple spacefaring vessel launches from facility. How dare. Okay. Cargo ship Jel Arlan docked and received a large shipment of resources en route to facility in our next system. Arlan requested escort for the shipment, claiming priority activity along the road.
This'll put him down!
Found that one!
Nope. Nope.
Anyone else want some?
Weakening their integrity!
Investigating Eclipse presence. Alert, we are under mercenary attack. Escort civilian to crew quarters, then return to the work area to protect the main computer at all costs.
Firing concussive shot! That all you've got. Firing an impact shot!
Do not interrupt me. I am trying to loot your facility.
Firing concussive! Hell of a shot.
Thank you. I did choose the easiest one-shot weapon in the game. Yeah. I wanted to go up one. Location of last report from Taylor unencrypted. Cargo ship Taylor undocked and received large shipment of resources en route to facility in the Dranik system. Taylor requested escort for shipment, claiming predictable another route, which we read the first message, but decrypting.
Preston! I got it!
That's Miranda. Suddenly the music is so epic. Captain Valor! Is that you?
Watch for the drone!
Right between the eyes. Sit down!
Anything else to pick up? The decrypted data is incomplete. Further details are required to trace Darlin location. Data has been sent to servers for further analysis. Okay. Recover data referring to Alan's location, more decryption needed. FO. FO is a rocky world with an atmosphere of oxygen and carbon dioxide. There are large crates scattered across its surface, obviously from hypervelocity kinetic impactors. Stretching between these locations are the shattered remains of a magnetic levitation rail lines, which strongly suggest the craters represent the former locations of Artheni mining outposts or other settlements. The equatorial region contains an extensive network of canyons formed by the planet's abundant liquid water. FO's atmosphere is approximately 41% carbon dioxide at sea level. And this level is 4 to 6 times that necessary to render most species unconscious within a few minutes of breathing it. Breathing mask must be worn at all times when on surface of FO.
Probe launched.
It looks delicious, is what it looks like. Maybe I'm just very hungry.
Probe launched. Probe launched. Launching probe.
Galon is surrounded by an extensive ring system. The inner rings are composed of pulverized nano-manufactured carbon materials thought to be remains of Anthony helium-3 mining infrastructure. The few pieces of larger debris found indicated materials and technology at least equal to the current galactic state of the art. The outer rings consist of water, ice, silicate dust, and the odd bit of rock. Analysis of the debris often show shock damage and evidence of rapid heating. Some parahistorical theorists insist that outer rings represent debris from a moon or moons destroyed by the mass accelerator bombardment. This has been rejected by every reputable archaeologist. While it is theoretically possible to destroy a small moon utterly with a dreadnought bombardment, no species see a compelling reason to do so. Unless you're murderous AI.
Probe away.
That destroys everything for the heck of it. While not a classical hothouse world like Venus, Berigale is scarcely more hospitable. In addition to being closest to the star Tassale, its core contains many radioactives and other heavy elements. These increase the heat of the planets and drive volcanism. Berigale's it's misspelling. Berigale's crust is too rigid for plate tectonics to function, and the planet will go through cycles in which the pressure builds to a massive supervolcanic eruption. These spew ejecta over thousands of kilometers, leave caldera 100 kilometers across, and spew enough molten material to repave entire continents. The last such event was 812,000 years ago. The current rate of outgassing the volcanic hotspot suggests another will occur within the next 10 millennia. Just within
Probe
next
away.
10 millennia. Nothing to worry about.
Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched.
Panolos. A fairly typical Venusian hothouse, Panolos seems almost tame compared to the violent volcanic outbursts of the inner world Baragale. In contrast, Panolos is nearly inert, with no active volcanoes or plate tectonics. The most dramatic event in the last million years was the founding of the Aristad research platform Wiggly in 2092, which fell after being hauled by an improbably unlucky meteor. Most of the crew successfully reached escape capsules, but 6 were lost. The crashed wreck of the platform now lies on the Croisside Plain in the southern hemisphere. That was like a sniper meteor.
Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched.
Almost there. Naxal. Naxal is an ammonia methane ice giant. Several smaller energy corporations shut out of the big market in the fire gateway system are attempting to develop a local helium-3 fuel mining infrastructure to service helium. The leading investor in the human corporation, Ashland Energy. Their efforts have been hampered by extra-legal pressure from H3 cartels in fire system can bring to bear, from simple price undercuts to bureaucratic obstructions, denied permits and constant health and safety inspections. Thale is a typical hydrogen-helium gas giant. Its complex system of rings is unstable, dating back only a few million years. They are thought to be shattered remains of a comet.
Launching probe.
And I think we're almost ready to make it to helium. But before that...
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Yes. Actually, gonna go up. Yes, we're gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna read the messages. Lots of caps lock. Concerned Keepers from Chorban. I hope this address still works. I promise to send you intel on the Keepers if I found anything, and this is important. See, those scans you took, it turns out the Keepers are bioengineered. And based on my comparison, some of the material comes from Saren's flagship Sovereign. They were engineered millions of years ago by the same people who made Sovereign. You don't say. You may not understand how important this is, but it suggests that the Citadel wasn't really made by the Protheans. It may have been made by something far older, with the Keepers as organic guardians. And what's more, based on my genetic readings, they're supposed to react to something, some signal or something. About every 50,000 years, you can measure genetic variances, and it's a bit like comparing rings on a tree to see the drought years. Whoever did this, well, around the last time the signal went off would be around the time the Protheans disappeared, and it's scheduled to go off sometime around now. If any of the old tech still works, they could have some nasty surprises waiting for us. Just thought you'd want to know. Nobody here in Citadel will listen to me. Poor Turban. At least he got there all by his own. It could happen to you. Elko's mail routing. Adrel lay in the ocean, dying from Capral syndrome, and had a dream. In his dream, the Kindlers came to him and charted the course of his life. Adrel saw the wakers, wakes and eddies, and saw that sometimes the Kindlers swarm alongside him, limbs raking the water, while other times he was alone. Adrel saw that the times he was alone were the hardest times in his life. He asked the Kindlers, why was this one abandoned? The Kindlers answered, their light shining brightly, you were never abandoned. In those difficult times in your life, it was our bodies that bore you through the water. Adrel awoke and found his carpal syndrome cured. If you follow the light of the Kindles, it can happen to you. Where the Kindlers go, we shall follow. And where their light is the sun, we shall be the stars around them. Send this message to 6 beings of your acquaintance, and your greatest wish shall come true. Maybe I will send this message to 6 of my acquaintance. The hunter have no idea that Inklers birth and actually assholes? Yeah, they don't. That's the whole point. Mr. Ganak A. Hall Esquire. To your sir, madam. Having consulted with my colleagues in the Citadel, I have the privilege to request for your assistance to transfer a large quantity of Prothean technology in covered islands. Believing these materials to be the hazardous danger, we were locked in quarantine. Even though the tests revealed that the fears were groundless, the quarantine remains in effect until one can pay for a permit to request a reclassification from the Cultural Ministry. Knowing your interest in Prothean technology, I would be happy to deliver most of it into your hands, keeping less than half for myself. As a Batarian, I cannot engage in Council official activities, but if you transfer 20,000 credits required to me, this exchange could be made in your name, enabling us both to profit from this happy accident. Please reply urgently with your credit transfer account information. Best regards, Ganak H. Hall. Beautiful. Blue Sun's activities traced. From Cerberus Command. We did a little due diligence to this Lieutenant Locke and his rendezvous with Captain Voorhees. The coordinates we obtained as last known location from MSV's Strontium Mule have been added to your galaxy map. It turns out the mule is carrying valuable cargo, including intel of sensitive nature. We'd like you to track down the Strontium Mule and recover the cargo. Please pass the information to us, and you can keep any other items of value you may find. Do what you will with the Blue Suns. Blood pack facility detected. Planet information Zadaban Xe-Cha system, Strike Abyssal. We have decrypted and analyzed the data you recovered from Reliant Earth. The resources mined on Earth were being sent to Zadaban, presumably for use in weapons manufacture. It's clear that Bloodpack is planning a large-scale invasion disrupting the operation in Zadaban. Will go a long way toward delaying preventing this invasion. Sure. Now, I need bathroom break. And I will be back in a sec.